Almost every Four Tet track that I've ever heard, I've been disappointed. Hello, I'm Zoid. I'm a music maker, electronic music, jazz, and music theory and educator, and make videos. And I'm gonna talk about Four Tet. Okay, I'm not a fan. Remember in the 90s, people like, oh, really get into Four Tet, and I was like, oh, excited to listen to it. And almost every Four Tet track that I've ever heard, I've been disappointed. It's like, I think he's really overrated. And I haven't listened to all of his output, and I'm going to go through some of it, see if I was making a hasty decision. Maybe I just didn't hear some good stuff that he did. So I know there's a lot of fans of his. I don't want to annoy them, but you know, it's what happens when you have an opinion. And I read Ben Cardew Substack, Line Noise, great music Substack, the other day, and he was talking about a recent remix that Kieran Hebden did that he wasn't too enamored with, but he did say that Rounds was a really good album, so I'm going to check out that. So this is from the album Rounds. It's called Hands. Let's have a listen. Field recording, just skip through that. Some little things come in. Real drums. I wonder if you recorded those drums. Okay, that's not like, doesn't like sound great, but where's the full album? Here, full album. Okay, that's this track. Next track. Ooh. It's better. Again, real drums. Really good groove. Liking this. It's great. Interesting band, interesting groove. Yeah. What is that? Here's another one. First Thing. It's just a little short little track. Not much to say about that one. That's okay. There's kind of someone messing around with that. Definitely an interesting approach on that one. Yeah, I mean, he does have a creative approach on this album to sound. So yeah, sound design. It sounds like he's using real instrumental sounds and putting them together in interesting ways, and that's great. But it still does sound like a little bit like it's just not as musically rich and good as a lot of other stuff. But he has a lot. But I don't know how. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that how much of a profile he has given his output. But that second track was sounded really good. I did really like that one. But in general, post rocky kind of stuff sounds like. Okay, here's now this album. I remember really looking forward to hearing this because I was like, oh great, I like jazz, I like electronic music, and I don't hear a lot of great fusion stuff with those two things. A lot of it's disappointing, and so I thought, oh, Four Tet, maybe he'll do a great job of that. And he's playing with this drummer Steve Reed, who's a really great drummer. And then so This whole, it's just like what Steve Reed's doing is cool, but what Four Tet's doing, not doing anything good. What's he doing? He's making noises and the drummer's playing. Who likes this? Come on, this isn't good. The whole album's like this. No. Really bad. 1 out of 10. Here's a track called Into Dust. 2 months ago. It was a recent one. Production sounds nice. That's the classic Four Tet beat that uses every time. It's nice. It is nice. Number 4/4. That's a nice track. It's nice. I don't really like nice music that much. I don't really listen to a lot of nice music. This is Four Tet Good. Yes, exactly. Okay, so there you go. Nice. Then we have Four Tet Love Cry, which is 6 years old. Oh, this is one of his best tracks, according to the search I did. Yeah, I quite like this. It's alright. One of the better ones. Cool beat. Okay, not much happens. That's cool. Kind of, there is a vibe with Four Tet's music that I don't really like, but that's just, I can't really, it's hard to put my finger on it, but it's like, it is interesting sounds and good grooves. So why am I not, it's hard. I guess, like, one thing I could say is the balance of the elements in terms of complexity doesn't hit the spot for me, you know? Like, I don't like overly complex music. I like, you know, Robert Hood, Jeff Mills, techno. I like that a lot. And in some ways, this is super simple, but they get the balance right. And there's some rhythms that, like, make your brain just, oh, look at that, like, what's going on? And in this, it's just the sound world is interesting, but every bar is very straight in Four Tet. It's just, there's nothing kind of, it's not enough twisting and dissonance, and there's not enough challenging, you know. I know there's some people really like that. They'd probably be like, it's nice, I don't want to be challenged, and that is, of course, they are right. Then it's really good for them. I'm not saying that, you know, nobody should listen to this because it's terrible. Not at all. But I'm just explaining why I don't like it. Because I can do that if I want. See what I mean? It's just very straight. Okay, then we have this one, Parallel Jalebi. Jalebi's nice, Indian sweet. This one's got more interesting. 'Cause, you know, And the last one, 2017. That is nice, and maybe that will grow on me if I listen to it more. Yeah, it is. It's quite difficult to say why I don't connect with the vibe of Four Tet. Like, there may be a bit of when you form opinions about a certain artist, it colors your listening. You know, and that can happen both ways. Like you think Aphex is amazing, so every Aphex track you hear, oh, it's so good. But I don't think that happens with me and Aphex, because when he puts out a new album every single time, like 7-8 times, I listen to that new album and be like, no, this time he's gone too far, it's crap. And then on subsequent listens, I eventually do get into it. So, but why didn't that happen with Four Tet? I've like listened many times and I never got into it. But now it does color my perception. You know, listening to this track, I'm like, I know it's Four Tet, so I'm expecting not to like it. It's worth thinking about. But I think it's important to be able to say why you don't like something. And it's not good enough to say it's Four Tet, so I don't like it. It's why, you know, what is it? Yeah, it could be that in all the tracks, I don't think there's enough that is recognizably Four Tet. He tends to pick certain sounds, but beyond that, you know, there's no sense of what is his harmony, what is his melodies. It's just, it's very, and not that, like, you know, someone shouldn't try and do broad and different diverse things. Of course, you know, that's perfectly the right thing to do. But, you know, my favorite artists is Bogdan Raczynski, Tekra, you know, Square Pusher, Aphex Twin, Max Tundra. These people, when you hear what they do, it's so them, you can instantly recognize it. And I don't think Four Tet has that. I hear Four Tet track and what is it that makes it sound like Four Tet? You know, he uses a lot of samples. They come from all over the place. You know, this is the problem. One of my problems with like using mostly samples from other people. It's like you just you lost your own timbre of your very own, because, you know, like whatever this sample is from, you know, that's just, it's not as unique to Four Tet. You know, anyone could have used that particular whatever type of sample that is playing the melody. That is my opinion. That is why I think, for me, I haven't gotten into it, his music so much. So that's this video. I've kind of been experimenting with talking about stuff that I don't like, because I have a feeling it might generate more views and engagement and comments. Because I'll tell you why. Because I started watching this YouTube channel called Sore Hands, S-O-R Hands, and it's funny because it's this classical guitarist, and he got me in there by putting videos up like Tommy Emmanuel, Buzzy Buzz. Like, he slags off the best guitar players, and he slags them off, and he's just like unapologetically a classical nerd, and he's like doesn't like jazz, and he doesn't like, you know, anything except classical, you know. And it's really funny, and it's very, I should watch it. It's, yeah, if you're not a guitarist, you probably wouldn't like it. But it really does make people watch. At first you're like watching to, he's wrong, these guys are amazing. And then after a while you realize he's just like having fun. And I'm just doing that now. I'm just like talking about what I don't like. I know that it doesn't matter if I like it or not. If you like it, that's fine. But people who do like it are not going to like what I'm saying. But you just have to try and be objective. So there you go. All right, that's it for this video. Tell me what I should listen to and react to in the comments, and I will.